Just put your camera down.
Yeah, they've come by there.
afternoon, everyone. At this time, we'd like to bring the senior class secretary, Mia Bartlett, to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening and welcome to the Portsmouth High School Class of 2022 Commencement Ceremony. My name is Mia Bartlett, and it has been my honor to serve as the Secretary of the Class of 2022 for the past 4 years. To begin tonight's ceremony, I ask that you please rise, remove any headwear, graduates not included, and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing for our country's national anthem, which will be sung by the wonderfully talented Riley Borden. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mia and Riley. And welcome, everyone. I don't think anyone is more privileged and honored to represent, be the principal for the class of 2022. It's really an honor and privilege to be here. And as I was wondering about words of wisdom that I could pass on to the class of 2022, there are a couple of things that come to mind. One, if you're going to put 500 hot dogs on a stick in the lawn, school lawn, in the middle of the night, you need to wear night goggles. Amory, I think you left a 5-pack under your chair. Please check. Did you find it? It's there. And also, when you're going to use Post-its, they stick to paper, not windows and doors. And perhaps Ashlyn, you might want to check under your chair to see how it's properly done. Did you find it? Awesome. And another distinct fact, that if you're going to have water balloons, if you overfill them, they will pop in the air. They will not hit their target. So that's a science question that you need to ponder. But seriously, I came across an article about finding a meaningful life. It said that meaning is not something that you stumble across. Meaning is something that you build into your life. You build it out of your affections and loyalties, out of the experience of humankind as it passes on to you, out of your own talent and understanding, out of things that you believe in, out of things and people you love, out of values for which you are willing to sacrifice something. The ingredients are there. You are the only one who can put them together into a unique pattern that will be your life. Let it be a life that has dignity and meaning for you. During your quest to find your meaning, surround yourself with people who empower you, believe in you, support you, uplift you, motivate you, and most importantly, appreciate you. Surround yourself with people who make you happy, people who make you laugh, who help you when you are in need. Surround yourself with people who have dreams, desires, ambition. They will help you push for and realize your own. Life is the art of writing without an eraser. When mistakes are made, and they will be made, life takes unexpected turns. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just keep moving on. Life has lots of chapters. It will matter very little whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, behind the wheel of a truck, running a company, or even a teacher or principal. But you have the gift of kindness, courage, loyalty, and integrity, which means a great deal more. As I leave with you this year, let us not forget the Patriot way. By following our school's motto, Emino et Fide, to live with courage and faith. Class of 2022, I hope all your dreams come true. Tonight we have a unique situation that we're also graduating 9 students who would leave the halls of PHS to enter careers of military service. We have 3 students going to the Naval Academy, 3 students going to West Point, 2 students going to the Air Force Academy, and 1 student enrolling in the Army. Please help me honor those students when I call their names, and please stand. James Anderson, Maria Kitka, Ethan Corville, Colby Farney, Amory Corwin, John Madke, Thomas McGraw, Jack Pacheco, and Garen Sieber. May you be steadfast, honorable, and safe, and may you be fully supported by the country you have chosen to protect. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize members of the Little Compton and Portsmouth school committees. For representing the Portsmouth School Committee, the Chair, Emily Copeland, the Vice Chair, Juan Carlos Paero, our School Committee Clerk, Thomas Vadney, Sandra Blank, Fred Farber, Isabel Kelly, and Karen McDade. Thank you. Representing the Little Compton School Committee, Superintendent Dr. Lori Dias-Mitchell, Principal John McKinnon, School Committee members Polly Allen, the Chair, Rita Canahan, Vice Chair, Mariah Dufour, Clerk, Travis Audie, Hannah Ayot, and Mike Rocha. Also representing the Portsmouth administration, Superintendent Thomas Kenworthy, Deputy Superintendent Elizabeth Viveros, Director of Pupil Personnel Services Lisa Caldwell, the Director of College and Career Readiness Paige Kerwin-Clare, the Director of Finance Christopher Diero, Principal of Portsmouth Middle School Mr. Joan Ruda, the Principal of Melville Ms. Danielle Laurie, and the Principal of Hathaway School Ms. Lisa Little. Thank you for coming and enjoying this night. Now I'm pleased to introduce greetings from the school committee, our vice chair, Mr. Juan Carlos Payero. There we go. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, I didn't expect the echo. I'm Juan Carlos Payero, Vice Chairman of the School Committee, and it is an honor for me to be here tonight to bring the greetings and congratulations on behalf of the entire School Committee. Before I begin my remarks, I would be remiss if I did not take a second to honor my colleague, Thomas Vadney, who is retiring from the School Committee at the end of his term. Thomas, thank you for your years of tireless service to the people of our town and to the students of Portsmouth. As I began crafting my message that I wanted to impart this evening, I realized that I can go on forever talking about the high school experience and what I would have wanted to hear if someone was giving this speech when I graduated back in 2006. Then I was reminded of the fate of the Greek philosopher Socrates. Socrates was extremely intelligent, gave long speeches, and then his friends killed him. So, since I'm no Socrates, nor do I want to end up like him, I'm going to keep my comments brief and to the point. I know I'm the guy right now standing in between you guys actually graduating and getting to your dinner reservations. Tonight, we honor the newest names added to the graduation rolls of Portsmouth High School. We are all packed here, proud of your accomplishments and the goals you have reached. But if I were to ask you, each of you, to write down and describe your experiences, I'm sure you would answer with words like hard work, determination, perseverance, and the list can go on forever. But one word you may not think of is opportunity. All the opportunities that have been presented to you that you may have not noticed, all the doors that you have walked through that were left open by others, and the hard work that those around you have put in so that you had a better life than they had. Getting here today is not a mere coincidence. It's a matter of design. The staff, the teachers, and most importantly, your families have made sacrifices to ensure that you had opportunities that resulted in you being here today. I would love if we all take a second to applaud those that helped you to get to this moment. As we walk off the field today, you'll take your first steps into adulthood. You'll move on to your next avocation, which could include college, trade school, or the military. And you will take the tools with you that you have learned throughout your educational career. Robert F. Kennedy once said, "Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation." Today is a day you start bending that history. With this in mind, I challenge each of you to be the opportunity that someone else needs. Make sure that you crack that window when you see someone else's door closes. Take that extra second to think about how your actions will impact the lives of those around us, not just those that you care about. And stand up for what you believe in, but lead with an open mind and empathy for those with opposing views. By doing this, we can each restore our communal optimism and once again believe in one another. You have met this challenge. We all know you'll meet the ones to come. The school committee salutes your success and thank you for the opportunity to address you this evening. God bless, Godspeed, and good night.
Try to cut out the wind. See what we can do.
And now, to give greetings from the Portsmouth administration, we'd like to welcome our school superintendent, Dr. Thomas Kenworthy.
Thank you, Mr. Amaral, and good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here tonight with all of you to offer my congratulations to the PHS class of 2022. And I'm sure that all of you here this evening join me in thanking Mr. Amaral for his many years of service to the Portsmouth School Department, particularly as principal here at Portsmouth High School. In the weeks leading up to graduation, as I was getting ready to prepare these remarks, I asked my daughters, one 19 and one almost 12, for any suggestions on what to say. And I received the following advice. Dad, no one cares what you are going to say. And just don't go on forever. So with that sage advice in mind, here you are. What I want to say, more than anything else, to the PHS class of 2022 is thank you. You see, it is so easy to get cynical about the times we are living in, or to get sucked into negative news stories that are everywhere we look. But when you have a job in education, you get to spend time with and observe young people like the members of this class. And when I am confronted by someone who is choosing to take a cynical view of the world or to lament about the future of our country, I get to say things like, oh yeah? Well, let me tell you about a young woman named Maria Kitka, someone who quietly goes about her business, is at the top of her class academically, a National Merit Scholar semifinalist, and oh yeah, is going to West Point with the goal of becoming an astronaut, a goal that I'm sure she will achieve. Or I get to say, let me tell you about a young man named Caden Cluth. See, he doesn't just line up and win the races he competes in. Sometimes he sets records too. Or I can just as easily talk about Benny Hurd and his dominance on the football field and basketball court, or Zoe Vaspel, who combined artistic and technical talents to create award-winning film and visual art pieces. And this list from the PHS class of 2022 could go on and on and on. And collectively, I could easily point to the 8 members of this class who will be attending a U.S. Service Academy, or how you have all done everything that has been asked of you in your high school careers, which were upended by an unprecedented global pandemic. From distance learning to hybrid learning to a return to full in-person learning, from masks everywhere to masks just indoors to no masks needed anymore. You just simply went about your business trying to make the most of your time here at PHS and quietly excelled in so many ways. And for me, the biggest thing that stands out more than anything else is how you did it all with kindness. No matter who I talk to about this class or what I am able to observe in the halls or classrooms or on the fields, courts, or other venues where you have left your mark, somehow, somewhere, there is always the mention of how kind you are. It is this palpable, enduring feeling for anyone who has gotten to spend time with this class. And as a father, I can tell you that means more than just about anything else to your family members who are celebrating your accomplishments this evening. So I thank you for providing me those examples, and congratulations to each and every one of you. I wish you nothing but the best as you move forward, and always remember, in all that you do, kindness matters and gets noticed. Thank you.
This year we started the new tradition to honor a faculty or student alumni to speak about some words of wisdom that can be given and to support where you've been today on this side or on that side to be able to share their experiences. Today I'm honored to introduce Mr. Robert Littlefield, who is a member of the Interscholastic Hall of Fame for Massachusetts, who is a NEASC Accreditation Committee Chair. He served as a long-standing member of the Rhode Island Interscholastic League. We know him as the longest-serving principal of Portsmouth High School. He is now the Executive Director for the entire Rhode Island Principals Association. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome Principal Emeritus Robert E. Littlefield.
Maestro. And good evening, Portsmouth Patriots. Who is this guy, and why is he at my graduation? It all goes back to a chance encounter that I had back in February in our nation's capital. I was there on business with a group of principals, and I was at the foot of the steps of the Capitol building when who should I run into but Mr. Joseph Cassidy and his group of Portsmouth close-up students. Some of you are here tonight getting your diplomas. You probably couldn't realize it, but it was a very touching moment for me, and it reminded me how much I loved this school and the people in it. I couldn't wait to get home and tell Mr. Amaral about the encounter. And Mr. Amaral responded, "You know, we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of the founding of our school. I would love it if you could come to graduation and be a part of the celebration." So here I am. Think back to 60 years ago. I was around, not here, but I was around. The only thing on these grounds was the Fort Butts Elementary School and a small playground. The rest, as you can guess, was farmland. Portsmouth students of high school age were wandering nomads, relying on the kindness of surrounding communities to take them in. The last stop on their wandering was in Newport. And ultimately, Newport told the Portsmouth students, "It's time to find a school of your own. There's no room for you here." And at that time, community leaders in Portsmouth said, "Enough is enough. It's time to build our own school." The Fort Butts School became the E wing and the F wing. And then the A, B, C, and D wings were added on. I can only imagine how those community leaders feel looking at this campus to see what your school has become. I first came to Portsmouth High in 1998 and awarded a diploma to a young woman who stepped down off of the stage to have her photo taken, her diploma in one hand and her newborn baby boy in the other. 18 years later, I had the privilege of awarding a diploma to that baby boy as he crossed this stage. That's it, I said. That's an entire generation of Portsmouth Patriots I've seen come across this stage. That's when I left and I handed the keys to my good friend, Mr. Amaral, and he has taken such great care of this school. Those 18 years were a remarkable time for the school. The G wing and the H wing that we can all see from the field here were added, along with new offices for administration and guidance. A few years later came the new gym. After that, the fitness center on the second floor, and a few years after that, this athletic field, track, and tennis courts. Those 18 years also saw some other major improvements for this school. The block schedule that is still in use today, the adoption of the advisory program that got you meeting with your teachers regularly, an increase in advanced placement courses from 1 to I think about 18 that you have at your disposal today. Just wondering, how many of you took advantage of the advanced placement offerings during your time at Portsmouth High? That makes me smile. We also opened our doors during that time for the first time to students from the community of Little Compton. Little Compton, are you in the house tonight? I mention these improvements not to take any credit, but to point out how committed this community was to provide you with the best, most challenging, most varied education possible before sending you out into the world. The world awaits you, and has always been the custom. Portsmouth High has you prepared. Of course, a few things have changed since I left Portsmouth High. I spent a fair amount of time on the track behind me, and I left behind a whole collection of track and field records that I thought would stand forever. I was wrong. Nice job, Caden and Colby. If I were to claim credit for anything that I did here at Portsmouth High, it was bringing certain assets into the halls that have undoubtedly had an impact on each one of you sitting here tonight, not the least of which is your chosen speaker, Mr. Denard. Also, I had the honor to welcome Mrs. Cassidy, Ryan, DeMarco, Riley, Holstein, Rose, Vaspal, Horgan, Ms. Quinn, Jung, Pryor, Johnson, Tisdale, Hunicke, Olson, Pellegrino, and Guerrero, along with about 24 others. That is a principal's job, to build a legacy, a faculty that is going to last long after he is gone. And by the looks of the class of 2022, they have done a remarkable job. That makes me proud, just as it makes Mr. Amaral proud to leave his legacy behind. So let me leave you with these two messages. This is the wisdom of somebody who has been in education now for 46 years. Number one, think about being a teacher. Our nation is facing a crisis that is going to happen very shortly, where there are not enough dedicated people who want to make their impact by working with youth. Think about being a teacher. And secondly, as you look around at what this community has done for you, when it's your turn, when you've settled into your community, and it may be Portsmouth, it may be somewhere else, pay it forward. Support your public schools. That'll be your way of showing the gratitude for what has been afforded you. So I thank you. I thank my great friend, Mr. Amaral, for inviting me here to spend this beautiful evening with you. It's been an honor. Congratulations, class of 2022.
At this time, I would like to introduce our senior class president, Andrew Lopes.
Uh-oh. There you go. You got it. You lost the cord. Let me get it for you. There you go. Thanks. All right. Next page. Yep. Oh. Yep. All right.
Good evening, faculty, administrators, distinguished guests, families, friends, and most importantly, my classmates, the class of 2022. As Mr. Armel said, my name is Andrew Lopes, and it has been my honor and pleasure to serve as your class president for the past 3 years. Standing before you tonight, I'm overwhelmed by a tremendous amount of pride. Pride is a word we hear a lot around here. For me, it has always had a deeper meaning, more than just a silly slogan that we hear on the announcements most mornings. Patriot pride is a concept that's meant to inspire and guide those impressionable youths that walk through the tunnel of cheerleaders and band performers at the start of their freshman year. It's our code, one that teaches its followers to find new ways to grow and encourage others around them to do the same. The principles of pride, perseverance, respect, innovation, dedication, and engagement are keystones of our school community. Let us start with the letter P, which stands for perseverance. Right now, I'm looking at a class that has persevered through some of the most frustrating and draining hardships that any class has ever had to face. It's no secret that our path through high school has been unusual. We lost many traditions and activities to the pandemic, and even still now, 2 years later, we are feeling the effects. Our school has changed so drastically from what we remember 4 years ago. Things like having a single cafeteria, 2 proms, or being able to go to any sports game without going through the process of getting an invitation. The only thing I still recognize 4 years later is the people that I'm facing right now. The people that still stand tall and brave even as the world shifts and changes around them. This truly speaks to our class of 2022's perseverance and eventual triumph through being here tonight. The next letter in the word pride is respect. Respect is one of the most important gifts in life. Sometimes we give it and other times we receive it. Together, we have overcome a great trial. That trial has encouraged each of us to grow and mature. We have all earned the respect of one another and the respect of everyone here watching us today. The respect and mutual admiration that we share will be carried forward for a lifetime. The next letter in the word pride is I for innovation. One of my favorite things, and one of the things I love the most about this class, is the high level of innovation that you have all shown in so many ways. I couldn't even begin to count how many of our students are involved in CTE programs, extensive art programs, or have plans to pursue innovative careers beyond high school and college. This class has to have set some sort of record for most kids entering military academies. And I don't remember hearing of any other class that has more students in the engineering pathway. For myself, I have spent 4 years enrolled in the digital video pathway and can honestly say that I've learned some of the most applicable and valuable skills through that unique program and worked with extremely talented and driven students and individuals. The strong program and the people I worked alongside with made me truly believe in the innovation and talent of this class. The next letter in the word pride is D for dedication. We all know that it is one of the most important keys to success. How can one succeed if they're not willing to put the time and effort into being successful? I have no worries about the dedication of this class. Every day, I see people dedicate themselves to this school, whether through sports, with our 2 years of championship basketball, through academics, with our above-average performance on standardized tests and exam, and through our willingness and motivation to raise money and collect items for various drives and causes. Every time I see a new fundraising drive set up in the lobby, it's never a surprise to come in on the next day and see it completely filled up. All of us have shown true dedication to ourselves, PHS, and our classmates, and I myself cannot wait to see what that dedication results in next. The final letter in the word pride is E for engagement. Engagement can be defined by involvement or commitment. As far as engagement goes, we never see a shortage of participants and donors for our many, and I mean very many, fundraising events. My favorite ways to raise money have been events where I've get to see all my friends and classmates together showing their support and having a great time. One of these events, and the best example I can give you, would be last year's junior picnic, which served as an innovative replacement to junior prom. The cancellation of prom was of course disappointing at first, but the picnic was so reaffirming because we all got to come together as a class and share an excellent time. Our fundraising was a huge success, and I'm so proud of the engagement we have seen from everyone. It was this engagement that allowed our prom to only cost a single $1, which I am told is a school record. Thank you. So now that you've heard a little bit about how my classmates exemplify Portsmouth pride, I'd like to speak about my own experiences since arriving here. I came into this community almost 5 years ago as an outsider. Portsmouth took me in. Portsmouth gave me the opportunity to meet and make some great lifelong friends who will always appreciate and support me. Portsmouth Pride gave me the opportunity to join the community and become a leader. I'm so incredibly grateful and humbled to have been your class president and have loved every minute of our time together. I could not be the individual that I am today if it were not for all the excellent and supportive people that made my high school experience so fulfilling. Right now, I am filled with Portsmouth pride, and I know that everyone in this crowd tonight feels the same thing. Thank you, and never forget your pride.
Thank you, Andrew. At this time, I'd like to introduce John Medke, Senior Class Vice President, who will introduce the guest speaker. John?
Hello. Good evening and hello. My name is John Medke. As most of you don't know, I am in fact the Vice President of Portsmouth High School's Senior Class of 2022. I'm here speaking with you, but nothing with genuine excitement, enthusiasm, and hope for our class, as today marks the last day of high school and the first day of total awesomeness. I am more importantly, however, speaking today about an individual I had the pleasure of knowing of all my high school years. An individual that has been an important and influential person in my high school years, as well as a mentor. 4 years ago, I decided to join the Portsmouth High School swim team. I want everyone to imagine a 3-year-old without a life vest accidentally falling into a pool. Really picture what it would look like. Concentrate. Dig deeper. You are now witnessing the first day of my spring practice with the likes of Jake Steen, Sam Steen, John Baruch, Matthew Coughlin, John Gilpin, and so on. If you didn't already know, these were all great and excellent swimmers. Now imagine you're the swim coach. Everything seems like this year's swim season really looking good for the boys' side. And then you look to the other end of the pool and you see that hot mess of a human being with the snorkel swimming. All you can think is one, what silly goose that would be a smart idea to join a competitive high school team, swim team, and two, how am I supposed to coach that? But this individual looked past that, granted I was tall, LMAO, and turned a lost cause into a half-decent swimmer. He would work with even the least talented of swimmers and push you to your limits while showing genuine care for your development as a swimmer, athlete, and person. A task I think that many coaches would probably stray away from to focus on the quote-unquote better players of the team. Now you may be wondering what this individual has to do with any of you. When we all enter our first year of high school, a new experience for us all that we had to adjust to, this individual too also entered to a new experience that required much adjusting to. But on top of that, this individual is a math teacher running his classroom, ensuring the success of all students, a head swim coach and assistant track coach who dedicated his time and energy to creating better athletes. And on top of that, he was a new student council advisor, a daunting task for even the most will-powered individuals, if I do say myself. Behind the scenes, this individual was involved with every high school event you experienced throughout your 4 years of high school, to ensure everyone's experience would still be filled with the joys and memories of what high school is. Through the pandemic to now, this person did not stop and did everything they could for student council and our school as a whole. You may not have realized or have realized this fact, but he has truly made an enormous impact on our school community. Now, without further ado, a man whose sarcasm I've still yet to understand, who in his straight face is something of nightmares, I present Mr. Justin Timberlake. Excuse me, there was a typo. It's actually Mr. Denard.
John, thank you. That was amazing. But I will ask, who did pay you to say those wonderful things? Please don't tell me it was my mom. It was? That's what I thought. All right. Good evening. Wonderful class of 2022. Family, friends, Superintendent Kenworthy, school committee, Principal Amaral, Principal Emeritus Littlefield, and Portsmouth High School faculty and staff, and those random strangers who like to attend these types of events. I am honored and humbled to speak to you tonight. If this speech is anything like my classroom, 2/3 of you will be asleep in 30 seconds, 2/3 of you will wish you were never here or try to leave, and 1/3 of you are still trying to figure out that math. When I was asked back in April to speak tonight, I prepared with the same intensity and veracity that many of you do when studying for a math test. So last night I began. And this morning I asked Mr. Amaral for an extension, but he declined. While I throw sarcasm around like confetti, I do want you all to know that I take my role up here very seriously. Trust me, I am fully aware that I am one of the few remaining hurdles that stand between you and walking across this stage to receive your diploma. And for some of you, that's not the first time that has happened. So I'm going to take my sweet, old time. First, a little aside to the class council. Are you really sure you want me, a math teacher, to give you a proper bye? Did you really think that one through? Why not somebody from social studies who has personally lived through the ages of time, like my good friend Mr. Cassidy? Why not someone from English who has studied countless writings and can share some wise metaphor of what this night means to you, like my bestie, Miss Johnson, or Mr. Carrara? Or you could have chosen a science teacher who can enlighten you on the mysteries of the universe, like Miss Zabel. But you chose a math teacher. What do I have to offer? That the slope of the tangent line at a point on a curve is the first derivative? Yeah, that's useful. Sorry, Miss Travers, Miss Joan. So I started thinking, which I know is very dangerous, about what message I wanted to share with you tonight. A graduation speech by nature is supposed to reflect on the hardships and adversity you overcame during the past 4 years, to congratulate you on making it to this point, and to inspire you as you move into the next chapter of your life. It is inevitable that will include corny, inspirational quotes and cliche moments. And so it dawned on me like Disho, why not make this entire speech cliche and overly hackneyed? Let's load it up with motivational, inspirational quotes to get the idea across to you. Those who know me know that I don't like to just light a candle, I like to start a bonfire. Some of you have seen and heard about the inspirational quote calendar that I have on my desk. The calendar helps provide the motivation needed to teach you all every day, and the messages serve as little reminders on how to approach each day with a clear and present and caring attitude. For example, from January 15th, 2022, learning is important, such as you should learn when to stop talking. Or one of my favorites, from June 15th, 2021. There is no I in team, but there is a U in failure. I use this calendar as my inspiration for my message to you. So let's begin. Motivational quote number 1. Try harder. People enjoy watching you struggle. April 9th, 2021. I can tell you, without a doubt, this is especially true for your teachers. There's something oddly satisfying about watching you try to work through a math problem where none of your steps are remotely correct. Or listen to you argue a case as a defense attorney in front of Officer Peary at a mock trial court case, only to find out you're supporting the prosecution's case. It's not because we're sadistic. Well, most of them are not. We enjoy watching you struggle because it is here where learning occurs. It is here where you realize your strengths and weaknesses. It is here where you grow as a person. Wisdom comes to us in a variety of ways, but it is most often occurs when we are struggling or when we feel like there is no hope. And when we're at these moments, we need to remember, on the bright side, you're already at rock bottom, December 8th, 2021. Because rock bottom is a great foundation on which to build and grow. And the people who you meet there are those who truly care about you. Many adults here, and even some of you, have experienced a rock bottom moment. And the person they and you are today is far better than they were before. They have learned from that experience to help determine who they are. You all will be successful. There is no doubt about that. What I hope, though, is that you struggle and fail from time to time. Motivational quote number 2. You have a lot of nicknames you don't know about. June 9th, 2021. Yeah, we all do. I've got some that I know about. Justin Timberfake, D-Nerd, Nard Dog. But there are so many more that I don't know about. We could try to calculate that. Let me see here. Yep, I always do carry a calculator with me. Nerd alert, I know. We all have nicknames. Our friends have given us some, our parents have given us some, but the people we don't know and don't hang out with have also given us some too. Loser, weird, lamewad, useless. Don't judge yourself too harshly. The rest of us are taking care of that for you. July 12th, 2021. No matter where you go or what you do, there will always be someone judging you, criticizing you, laughing at you. Critics are quick with their opinion, but slow with their actions and assistance. Your actions, grounded in service and morality, will speak louder than their words. How you conduct yourself and how you compose yourself in times of adversity will only strengthen your resolve. Carrying yourself with dignity and kindness in class will make it hard for any naysayer to criticize or judge. The nicknames we receive and the outside noise we hear are just that, a name and some static. They don't define us, they don't dictate our actions, and they don't describe who we really are. Motivational quote number 3. I actually cheated on this one. I looked ahead in the calendar. If something scares you, do it. Worst case scenario, you'll die, and you won't have to make any other difficult decisions. June 22nd, 2022. You are going to encounter a lot of tough decisions in the coming years. Should I study this major or that one? Should I go on a date with that person? Hard shell or soft shell taco? There's only one real answer for that one. The right choice is hardly ever the easy choice. Rick Riordan. Now comes that time for a personal story where the speaker hopes to reinforce the ideas already shared by connecting with a sleeping audience. And as someone who doesn't like to delve into personal stories, this could be rough. As someone with a little bit of a type A personality, I like to weigh the pros and cons of every situation first. With every decision, I ask myself these 2 questions. Who's it going to benefit, and how is it going to benefit them? To answer these questions, I've always looked towards one of my personal beliefs, that your servantile should be bigger than your ego. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Service doesn't always require a lot of hard work. It can be as small as opening the door for someone else or helping them carry something when your hands are already full. It is a moral code that has always been a part of me. And it also helps explain why I get caught up in doing so much, especially around here. And it's also because I think I kind of have an issue with the word no. It's often not in my vocabulary when I'm asked to do a favor for someone. However, I started to come to a breaking point a couple years ago. For the better part of the first 10 years of teaching, I would leave my house at 6 a.m., teach until 2:15, add in some class council, student council, track responsibilities until about 4, coach a club swim team until 6:30, coach the high school swim team until 9, get home, prep for the following day, lather, rinse, repeat. It was manageable, but it took a toll on me. My hairline receded, the gray hair set in, the bags under my eyes were heavy. I started looking like Mr. Roush, and I'm 15 years his junior. As you all fully remember, a couple years ago, COVID became a thing. During the summer of 2020, while I was more antisocial than I currently am, I started to think about happiness. Now, trust me, I know. Me and happiness in the same sentence, it's not a thing. I came to the stark realization that I wasn't happy and I was fed up with it. Respect yourself. No one else will. January 14th, 2022. And in my moment of self-reflection, I made the decision to be happy, to be true for myself. I came out as a gay man. Am I shaking? Yeah. Am I afraid of the consequences that may come for having said that? Without a doubt. Do I regret saying it? Absolutely not. I knew this wasn't going to be an easy choice, or maybe even a well-liked choice. But to me, it was the right choice. I had battled since high school about whether to come out or not. What would my friends think? How would my family react? How much harder would life become? For the longest time, I kept these thoughts bottled up, pretending they didn't exist, and convincing myself that I was wrong. But in the time since coming out, I've never been more me. And it feels so great getting to know the real me. There's going to be a lot in this world that is going to push you to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, behave a certain way. That outside noise will try to convince you that you are better when you act a certain way. You will hear that noise. But what's more important is that you need to listen to how you feel. Because only then can you start to understand what you truly believe in. Being fearful of criticism will be natural, but the walls of fear are paper thin. Smash through those walls. Be the Kool-Aid man. Finding the ability to explore yourself is hard work. It's not going to be easy, and it won't be quick. It took me over 30 years to start to figure that one out. It took years of struggling and learning from every failure to find out what was important to me. It took me years of listening to the critics to understand how to cancel them out. It took years of self-sacrifice to realize who I am. And I'm still not done. You are stepping out into this world this evening, ready to embark on a new path. You may think you already know who you are, but we are always evolving to become a happier version of ourselves. Your journey to self-discovery is just beginning. So class of 2022, I wish you nothing but the best, and always remember, be true to yourself, whoever that may be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Denard. At this time, I would like to ask the senior members of the Symphonic Band to leave your seats and join your bandmates for one final performance under the direction of Mr. Ted Roush. At this time, I'd like to introduce Nathan Levine, senior class treasurer, who will present the class gift.
Sorry, everyone's taller than me. Hello, class of 2022. My name is Nathan Levine, and it's been a pleasure serving as your class treasurer for the past 4 years. I would first like to acknowledge how successful our fundraisers were throughout the years. We could not have achieved these incredible results without the tremendous generosity from local businesses, teachers, parents, and students. First, as freshmen, we raised the most money out of any freshman class in the past 10 years. And second, we raised almost $30,000 in the past 4 years. And even with a global pandemic, we surpassed our goals for fundraising. Because of this amazing total, we managed to sell the cheapest senior prom tickets in recent memory. Even with the low cost of these prom tickets, we still had a great deal of excess funds that we would love to give back to the school and the community. The class of 2022 will be donating 1 gift to the school, as well as donating to 2 charities. For the science department, the Green Club, and the Life Skills program, we will gift a greenhouse. Ms. Vieira's Life Skills program will use the greenhouse with a specially designed curriculum created by Ms. Murtha, our class counselor, to help her students learn about the ecosystem and growing plants and vegetables. Through this donation, we hope to support the school in its endeavor to help improve the environment. For the donations, our class council has also decided to give back to 2 local foundations that mean so much to us. The first foundation is for Henry. We chose this organization because it's for one of our own, former vice principal, Mrs. Saladino. For those of you who may not know her, Henry is suffering from alternating hemiplegia of childhood, a 1 in a million neurological condition. The donated money will go towards developing an antisense oligonucleotide, or ASO, treatment for her son Henry. We will be donating $2,000. The second organization we will be donating $2,000 to is the Connor Peckham Memorial Foundation. As a member, As a member of Drumline, I got to know Connor pretty well my freshman year. Connor was a very talented drummer and an amazing person. He was confident, incredibly positive, and simply just a great part of Drumline and the community. Those who remember him will always remember his infectious smile. Connor suffered from muscular dystrophy, but it never changed him, and it definitely never slowed him down. The money donated will go towards helping people like Connor who live with muscular dystrophy. Lastly, any remaining funds will be donated to the incoming freshman class. Again, thank you family, friends, and fellow classmates. These gifts would not have been possible without your support over the past 4 years. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Nathan. Portsmouth High School has established a tradition of choosing 2 graduates to address us today. The first speaker is chosen by the class. They selected a senior who they felt best represents the spirit of the class. The class has selected Zachary Caruso. Zach? Good luck.
Nate, I'm shorter than you, so don't appreciate that. Good evening, class of 2022. I would like to begin by congratulating the entire class and, of course, thanking everyone who helped us get to this moment. From our teachers and staff who saw us enter freshman academy as little brats, to our selfless parents who have sacrificed so much during our unconventional 4 years of high school, and of course to all my classmates who have helped one another get through these challenging and awkward times. Thank you. I speak on behalf of everyone when I say that we would not be here without your help. All of you have helped guide us to become fine young men and women sat here today. To be honest, I was struggling to figure out what to talk about tonight. I couldn't think of a good way to encapsulate our high school experience. As many of you know, I work at my dad's restaurant, and trying to pass the time on a slow Thursday night at work, I grab my phone and start my speech. Sorry, Dad, but it was really, really slow. One of our regulars, Mr. Brady, comes in. Like the great employee that I am, Dad, I put my phone away and we begin our conversation like normal. He's an older gentleman, usually doing most of the talking. I kind of just smile, nod, agree with him. Maybe it was just because I was desperate for a spark, but something he said really stuck with me. We do not have any substitute for experience. And I think these words really perfectly describe our high school lives. What we lacked in in-person classes, we more than made up for in strange COVID-related experiences. Our class is extraordinarily smart, positive, athletic, and hardworking. But any class can say that about themselves in the many speeches I saw preparing for this. What sets us apart is the many months we spent learning behind a screen or a mask. No other class can say that they made their lunch while being taught how to divide polynomials. My mac and cheese was always delicious, in case you were wondering, Miss Pryor. Now that we've made it, we have to look forward to the future. Whether it be enrolling in college, attending a service academy, or embarking in our careers, we have set ourselves up for success. We have proven to ourselves that we can persevere through the most difficult of situations in order to achieve our goals. As if understanding Shakespeare wasn't hard enough already, we had to deal with the lagging of Zoom, various random strangers joining our classes, most notably poop nuggets in English class, the constant dog barking at someone's house, and various other internet problems. Despite our great acting performances from behind our black screens, I still do not know what happened in Macbeth, although we appreciate you trying, Miss O'Keefe. Not only has it made us stronger, but it's also taught us to appreciate the normal. We now know how lucky we are to be able to come into school every day and how lucky we are to have had a normal senior year. It is important for us to recognize that this also extends beyond school. It's essential to be thankful for everything you have and when you have it, because you'll never know when you'll be able to find toilet paper at your local Stop and Shop. When we look back at these past few years, we won't remember our grades or the causes of the War of 1812 or even the plotline of Velocipaster, even though it is a fantastic movie. We will remember is our friends that we've made, the teachers who have inspired us, and the community that we've created. We'll look back on the memories that we've made and who we made them with. We'll look back at the time that we've had and realize how unique our class truly is. And most importantly, we will never forget the choreography to Single Ladies, of course. And there truly is no replacement for that. When all is said and done and I find myself sharing stories about my life at the counter at my local diner, I look forward to telling everybody about my 4 years at Portsmouth High School, and I hope you all do the same. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Zach. The second was chosen by the faculty and administration. The criteria used for the choice is to find a senior who best exemplifies the qualities of scholarship, integrity, and commitment to excellence. And this was a very difficult choice this year. The candidate chosen to represent this category is Maria Kitka. Maria?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maria Kitka, and it is an honor to stand in front of you all today. As I'm sure the rest of y'all are thinking, I want to thank all those who helped the class of 2022 get here. Our amazing teachers, coaches, mentors, friends, and family. Faculty, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today, and thank you, fellow students, for sharing this high school journey with me. Guys, we're graduating! Take a second to let that sink in. For tonight, I was asked to speak on the importance of lifelong learning. Now I know that some of you have bonfire plans for your class notes. Although I would not recommend that, I do want you to know that I'm talking about another type of learning tonight. As is my way, I did some research for this speech. According to some very rough calculations on Reddit, it would take well over a lifetime to earn every degree in every major at a medium or large university. A calculation for Harvard's programs came out to around 360 years. To read every book, a Quora post estimates it would take the average person roughly 350,000 years. To watch every movie, a Reddit analysis estimates roughly 39 years. Why am I telling you this? Certainly not to give you flashbacks in math class, and not to convince you that movies are the more achievable goal. Of course, some of these calculations have their own assumptions, but they prove a point. There is far more in this world than we can ever learn. Although we are young and think we have all the time in the world, time is priceless. We have to use it wisely, picking the most important things to learn. I know some of you might leave here today thinking that your learning journey is over. Some of you might have jobs or the military lined up for you, and you might think you'll never open a book again. Horrible thought for a book learner like me. On the other hand, some of you are going to vocational schools, colleges, or universities, and you may think that is where your learning journey will end. Let me share a different perspective. Learning is not a chore or a to-do. It is a frame of mind. We can actively learn in a variety of ways. Let me give you an example. It is a warm, sunny day, much like earlier today. A young man is 17 years old, roughly our age. He has ambitions of being a surgeon after having a surgery himself due to a wrestling injury. To gain experience and help others, he volunteers at a local Red Cross station in Hawaii. It is December 7th, 1941. Out of nowhere, the sky fills with warplanes. Pearl Harbor is under attack. Unprepared soldiers are thrown left and right. Ships are torn apart and crews are drowned. The young man, as a medical volunteer, rushes to help and is among the first to treat the wounded. Over 2,000 Americans lose their lives that day. Fast forward a few months. The young man, Daniel, graduates high school, like us at this very moment. For him, however, the U.S. is fully involved in a world war. Having witnessed the gruesome attack on Pearl Harbor, Daniel and a number of his classmates want to do their part and fight for our country. As 18-year-olds, they volunteer to join the Army. Rejected. Despite their willingness, Daniel and many of his peers are rejected for their ethnicity and being descendants of Japanese immigrants. No longer are they viewed as full, born and raised Americans. Now they are given the new label, enemy aliens. Despite the unfair discrimination, Daniel and the others don't back down. They petition the White House for their right to serve and are eventually allowed to do so in segregated units. Daniel, although exempt from service due to starting his pre-med studies, drops everything to join the segregated 442nd Regimental Combat Team. You would think that Daniel, his family, and all others in his situation would be resentful, but they stay strongly patriotic. Daniel's father, in his farewell to his son, says, "America has been good to us. It has given me 2 jobs. It has given you and your sisters and brothers education. We all love this country. Whatever you do, do not dishonor your country. Remember, never dishonor your family, and if you must, give your life with honor." End quote. Daniel knows exactly what he means and responds, "Yes, sir, goodbye." In the Army, Daniel quickly distinguishes himself, climbing the ranks and earning various honors. Like many servicemen of his generation, he has a few near-death experiences. His last is when his platoon is ambushed by 3 machine guns. Daniel, looking for cover, is shot straight through his midsection. He ignores this wound and keeps leading his men. They fight back and successfully take out 2 of the 3 machine guns. While attacking the 3rd, however, Daniel has his arm nearly blown off by an enemy rifle grenade. Despite being in the midst of throwing another grenade, it remains live in his unreactive right hand. He quickly pries it out with his left hand and throws it. That and a few more shots silence the enemy fire. In the process, he is shot in the leg, finally taking him down. Daniel is carried off to get medical attention, but only when the attack is truly over. A true leader. It is not until 9 hours later that he actually receives medical attention, and even then the medics tell him there's no hope for survival. He insists they operate anyway, and after many surgeries and 2 years in hospitals recovering, he loses his arm and hopes of being a surgeon, but is able to walk away with a life ahead of him. Honorably discharged due to his injuries, he returns to Hawaii. After all he has done, he unfortunately faces much of the same discrimination as when he left, even though he is now a highly decorated veteran. Because of this discrimination and the fact that he could no longer be a surgeon, he feels called to change plans, learn an entirely new career, and devote his life to equal rights. He uses his GI Bill to fund his bachelor's education and later earns his law degree. Daniel Inouye eventually becomes one of Hawaii's first delegates to the House of Representatives, earns a Medal of Honor, and eventually serves as the President pro tempore of the Senate, being 3rd in line for the succession of presidency. Over the course of his political career, he serves many years in both the Senate and the House, addressing a number of important actions, and never once loses an election. One such action is working with his fellow congressmen and women to get a formal apology for the Japanese Americans who had been incarcerated during World War II. His service and his choice to learn a different career path plays a key role in this push. President Reagan may have never signed the Civil Rights Liberty Act of 1988 without Daniel's openness to learn. Daniel Inouye and the Army's 442nd Combat Team have a truly amazing story, and I highly recommend you research them both further. The 442nd is still the most decorated U.S. military regiment today. From Daniel Inouye's experiences, we can see that lifelong learning is more than just academics. It is about taking what life gives you and doing something with it. We all will have our highs and lows, our good and bad decisions. It is the openness and resilience we choose that determines how wise we become. Everyone has something more to learn. Those who are in my English classes, freshman and sophomore year, know that I normally struggle with public speaking. I am right now, sorry guys. Both 5-minute presentations went much longer than they were supposed to, 15 minutes longer my freshman year. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Schaubs. The easy path would have been to pass this honor to speak today. The right path, however, had me spend days learning and writing a speech to hopefully inspire you the best that I can. To conclude, I would like to leave you 2 phrases that have helped me through this senior year. First, life goes on. Even the messiest of situations are survivable. Just have faith that it will all work out. And second, why not? Weigh this one wisely, but when the opportunity presents itself to help someone else or to make an impact, I hope you will go for it and try again as needed. Classmates, I wish you way more than luck. I wish you the brightest hope, the strongest moral compass, and the fiercest determination. I hope our paths will cross again. and God bless you all.
Thank you, Maria. And now I would like to invite members of the chorus to form with your fellow singers to perform one last time under the direction of Ms. Shona Gleason. Thank you. Thank you, members of the chorus. Now we get to our presentation of diplomas. As a gift to each graduate, we have arranged a professional photographer to take a portrait of each one receiving a diploma. Everyone will receive a complimentary copy soon. Others will be available for purchase. We therefore
Beg your cooperation in keeping the aisle and the area in front clear so that all may see. We want each graduate to be announced properly and recognized. Therefore, we please hold your applause until the final diploma to the class president has been awarded. Also, when all the diplomas have been awarded, we ask your cooperation by remaining in your seats while the graduates march out. Thank you. Assisting the awarding of diplomas will be our class advisor, Ms. Murtha, who has guided the class of 2022 since your first day as freshmen. Thank you, Ms. Murtha. And now, Mr. Piero and Dr. Kenworthy, it is my pleasure to present to you for the awarding of the diplomas the Portsmouth High School class of 2022. Junior ushers. Elliot Tucker Abong. Paul Alcalia Vela. Alexandra Alisho. Jacob Alexio. Julia Alves. Anthony Ameo. James Lewis Anderson. Aaron Anderson. Matthew Andre. Kalia Arsenal. Brian Babcock.
Congratulations.
Joseph Robert Barboza. Taylor Grace Barnaby. William Baronian. Evan Beasy. Vernon Bellevue. Kylie Bergeron. Gavin Bisho.
You got it already. It's not bad like that.
Dylan Blake.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Grace Banyu.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Riley Borden. Maylee Boyle. Jeffrey Brady. Megan Brady. Tegan Brady. Elijah Brown. Riley Brisky. Lillian Burkroff. Jordan Burnley. Emily Capwell. Natalia Carlone. Daniel Richard Carnavale. Taylor Catterall. Ronan Caulfield. Joseph Cawley. Andrew Searce. Christopher Chagnon. Jack Sanciolo. Parker Collins. Anna Canini. Elise Canini.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Lance Nordhill. Mr. Smith. There we go. Colby Cosgrove. Ethan Corville. Caitlin Kraft. Adrian Diamore. Callie DeJess. Ella Daly. Catherine Damon. Olivia De Silva. Zarina Althea Diola. Nyla Deraji. Emily DeRogers. Aiden Devine. Marissa Donahue. Mason James Dooley. Jack Downing. Macaulay Dunn. Oliver Duras Smith. Abigail Dutra. Abigail Christopher Escobar. Marcus Evans. Colby Farney. Sophia Faria. Ethan Ferguson. DJ Fontaine. Chase Forge. Mackenzie Fair. Thomas Frost. Alex Garofalo. Michael Gaudreau. Jack Gerson. Lucas James Gianelli. Maxwell William Lewis Good. Grace Goodfriend. Connor Gordon. Michael Lewis Gordon. Georgia Griffiths. Riley Hackley. Natalie Hall. Jakeda Harris. David Harrop. Harrison Hayes. Kelly Hayes. Now you guys switch sides. Katrina Heitman.
How are we doing it? All right.
Christopher Hemingway. Tom Hilmer. Nathan Samuel Hilliard. Curtis Hoffman. Natalie Hopkins. Tatum Horley. Connor Huffman. Benjamin Hurd. Aliona Joy Huth. Victoria H. Huth. Anastasia Inman. Nathan Jansen. Shane Jenkins. Maria Sophia Johnson. Garrett Kemper. Amory Corwin. Bella Kittle. Keaton Kluth. Thomas Kairos. Sarah Lancaster. William Lauder. Avery Letourneau. Adrian Lombard. Timothy Lopes. Olivia Marie McDonald. Callahan Mahoney. Quinton Mears. Owen Malone. Antonio Marcucci. Sadie Abigail Marion. Emily Martin. Catherine Martin. Kiernan McCarthy. Sean M. McGannon Jr. Thomas McGraw. Caitlin McKenna. Ruth McKinnon. William McKinnon. Liam Moore.
I messed up on that one. I'll get Nicholas next. This is Liam.
Nicholas Mizgala. Caden Morris.
All right, where do I go?
George Mottram. Leila Maury. Olivia Myers. Elias Najmi. Michael Nolan. Peter Nolan. Aaron O'Connell. Dylan O'Connor. Kaya Ogero. Sean Obert. Jack Pacheco. Haley Patton. Andrew Scott Perry. Isabel Sophia Petro. Michael Piacenti. Lisa Powledge. Evan Raposa. Sylvia Raposa. Timothy Reed. Lillian Reardon. Josie Robbins. Joseph Rocco. Michaela Rocha. Emma Rodrigues. Melanie Rodriguez. Kira Devin Rogers. Ethan Rooney. Isabella Sanderson. Ian C. Schnorr. Aurora Scott. Garen Siebert. Daniel Shea. Jonathan Silvera.
Thank you.
Tommy Silveria. Cooper Smith. Kason Soares. Madison Souza. Sophia Souza. Catherine Spanner. Gabriella Sparks. David Spiegel. Catherine Elizabeth Stamoulis. Cynthia Starschik. Daniel Michael Stitch. Aiden Sullivan. Ashlyn Sullivan. Foster Texera. Michaela Tobin. Riley Turcott. Grace Van Patten. Karis Vaspol. Zoe Vaspol. John Henry Victor. Colby Wall. Andy Walsh. Parker West. Olivia Williams. Anna Wilson. Emmeline Wilson. Paige Wyndham. Willem Kerwin Witteveen. Matthew Wardell. Benjamin Zlydazek. Melvin Aziz Zongo. Zachary Theodore Carusos. Maria Kitka. Nathan Levine. Mia Elizabeth Bartlett. John Medkey. Andrew Lopes. Hey guys. This year, Tom. That's good.
Looks like it's wants to put in, huh?
It was a close call, but I think we're gonna make it. Another hour, we might not have made it.
That's it.